this movie was pretty good, but really not the best. But it's way better than X-Men 3, though that's not saying much. What makes it feel weird that X-Men 3 almost got a tomato. It was 2% away from getting one. I'm pretty sure Amazing Spider-Man 2 was about the same, which is stupid. Because I really liked Amazing Spider-Man 2. There's a lot wrong with it, but I think it deserves a 65 at least. X-Men 3 deserves at least a 30%, because that movie was trash. Anyway, let's talk about the actual movie now. We get Sabretooth back, and he actually has personality, but his personality doesn't make the most sense. A bit of anger issues, thinks he's better than Wolverine, thinks he can do anything he can do, blah 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 blah. Wolverine almost kills him, but decides not to, and it knocks him out instead. Sabretooth at that point wanted adamantium, wanted to be treated as an equal, and really wanted Wolverine to kill him. Ended up just, helping Wolverine fight Deadpool in the end and being like, well, we're brothers, so that's why I helped you. And then he fucks off and we never see him in the X-Men universe again. The actor for him did a very good job. Anytime I see him in a movie, I know he's gonna do good. And I've only seen him twice. So I'm hoping that changes eventually. Bradley was really good. Sucks that they treated him like he wasn't good. He has 3 scenes. They're small, but 3 scenes where he does a really good job helping them. He helps them use the elevator to go get the guy. He's the one who stops the base from being able to spy on them. He is also the one to land the plane. Sure, anyone else could have did that, but it got them down there faster. And the guy might have made a run for it. If not, we might have just left. But he got him down there faster. He was decently important. His powers were probably the lamest out of the group, but he definitely was an important character. But they're just like, well, Sabretooth's going to go after him and kill him. And he's going to actually kill him. Because they have this whole thing where they don't kill Kayla, even though she really isn't that important to them. He just wants her sister, and they keep using this needle to get people's powers. So why didn't they just legit kill her? And speaking of her, why didn't she use her powers to just control Wolverine? And speaking of her again, somehow Sabretooth is immune to her powers, and they don't even mention it. She puts her hand on him and she tells him to let her go. And he's like, well, your powers don't work on me. And that's it. We don't get any explanation or anything. Why don't they work on Sabretooth? Because reasons. So since they don't work on Sabretooth, maybe they don't work on Wolverine either. And back to Sabretooth's character not making too much sense. He literally congratulates Wolverine and tells him, yeah, you did the right thing killing your real father. But he's fine with him not killing him. I thought he would have just called him weak or something, like a cliche villain. Like, oh, you don't have the guts to kill me because I'm your brother. But that would have worked more for this character than just randomly helping him at the end because they're brothers. They throw Cyclops in, which is very weird. He doesn't do too much. Wolverine is legit about to leave the little kids by themselves to get experimented on some more. Because he sees them. When he gets to the place, he sees Cyclops being carried to a cell and he hides behind a corner. And then he goes to go find Stryker. But when Stryker tells him the truth about Kayla, and Kayla tells about it too, he just leaves. And the only reason he comes back is because he hears You know, Sabretooth trying to kill Kayla. Which I still don't get why he didn't kill Stryker, since Stryker still tried to kill him. Logan says, "You tried to kill me, I'm gonna kill you." But I guess since he was revealed his evil plan, he's not gonna kill him now. He's just gonna leave and abandon the kids. He only saves the kids later, because Kayla is like, "Hey, they kidnapped my sister." They give us a reason for all things of how Wolverine, got his jacket. How he got his jacket. And it's from 2 random old people that got murdered in 3 minutes. Really don't understand why they killed them too. I understand why Zero killed them, but I think it's pretty stupid. They're already old. This is in the past. They don't really need to bring them back in any future movies, because obviously they're going to be dead. They're old. I liked them, so maybe it's a little bias. But obviously Zero is going to kill some innocent people to cover up his job. Though I don't get why he told Stryker Wolverine did it. Stryker would understand. And then he says innocent people always seem to die around Wolverine, which doesn't really make sense. That would make sense in, like, maybe the first 3 X-Men movies. Maybe, but very loosely. Because the only people that died around him were some random people that he literally tried to stop it from happening. And it was Zero's and all of their choices, not his. And then he immediately left after that. I don't really get that line from Zero at all. Guess it was just a reason for Logan to kill him. Logan should have killed him just for trying to kill him. I guess not. The Merc with the mouth, Deadpool, does not have a mouth in this movie. Plenty of people have talked about it. It's one of the biggest reasons people hate this movie. So I'm not going to go too deep into it. But yeah, Deadpool, the Merc with the mouth, that's his literal nickname, gets his mouth shut because of a line earlier in the movie. This movie loves doing that. Foreshadowing. They say shit where if you do a rewatch or if you're just paying attention, you'll understand why they said that. Stryker is like, if you go down this road, you're not going to like what you find. Wolverine doesn't like what he finds because he finds out the truth about his girlfriend. Then there's also a line where Kayla makes a joke about being a woman and having persuasion powers, and then we find out she's a mutant and she has persuasion powers. Isn't that so cool? It sucks every time. I don't think he got Blob's powers, though, out of all the people that Sabretooth killed. The only 2 people that they don't use for Deadpool is Blob and Bradley. Bradley is confirmed killed. Blob is not. Deadpool has every powers of mutants they have been collecting that we know of. We know they've been collecting mutants for a very long time and experimenting on them. And of course they only give him the powers of the mutants we saw in this movie. He gets Cyclops' powers, who did not die, they just injected him. He gets John's powers that Sabretooth killed. Though really fast, because he's like one of the latest ones they killed. And they're not even done with the process, so I don't know how he got John's powers, but he did. And Bradley is the other one that was killed. But he does not use Bradley's powers. Because I guess they just forgot Bradley exists after they killed him. And mentioned him in one more scene. Gambit is really good in this movie. I really wish he would have returned. But I'm not going to talk about that since I've really already talked about that. But yeah, there really isn't too much to talk about. There's a scene with all of them. Pretty sure John didn't even use his powers until his death scene. After I'm done with this review, I'm probably gonna look up if Blob died or not. I really don't get why they didn't bring back Gambit, though. Especially in X-Men Days of Future Past, when they go back in time. There are a few mutants that are referenced in this movie as Easter eggs. I almost forgot about that. Toad is shown, who died all the way back in X-Men 1, so I don't really get why they wanted to show him, since they never really use him in the future anyway. Quicksilver is shown, who they don't use until Future Past. Then I think that's about it for main ones. Emma Frost is in this movie, but she doesn't really do anything. She returns for First Class, but it's a different actor. She doesn't do much in that movie as that I remember anyway, and then she's gone from the series. So she really wasn't that important to this movie series because she wasn't Wolverine. Hugh Jackman is an amazing actor, and I really like him as Wolverine, but I really don't get why they only use him as X-Men. You put it in the title. You've given him 2 solo movies. Why can't we get something with, other X-Men? Of course, they do eventually get rid of him. He is in one scene for X-Men Apocalypse. But they ended the series not too long after that. They only have one movie that he's not in. And that's X-Men Dark Phoenix, which is the worst rated one. And it's the only one that I haven't watched. The rest of the movies that I'm reviewing are rewatches. So I guess I gotta look forward to that.